Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. Now think about the last time that you felt very crummy. You wanted a doctor, but the thought of getting into the car, driving to a clinic, driving to the doctor's office just seemed worse than being sick. Well, Summit Medical Concierge is here to help you, and I'm sitting down with their owner and registered nurse, Linsey Broadbent. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here. So explain to people a little bit about what a medical concierge service is.
Okay. So medical concierge is a kind of a newer way to look at delivering primary and urgent health care. The concierge part kind of flips what traditionally we have done with primary and urgent care. Traditionally, everything is focused around the provider's time or the physician's time. The clinic is open from 9 to 5, and you better only be sick during those 2 time periods.
Yes.
And then when you go, you may end up waiting for a little while in the waiting room, or worst case scenario, they ask you to get undressed and you sit on the bed and wait for a long time in the room.
Yes, they do. I know it. And I always think too, even just go, I mean, maybe I sound like a hypochondriac, but being in the lobby, if you don't feel like you're that sick or you're bringing your child in and you're sitting in a lobby of people that may have the flu or may have highly contagious strep or, you know, all of these things, it's like, is this worse?
Definitely. And even if you are coming in with something yourself, you're already immune depressed, so then you're exposed to all of these other illnesses. The way that concierge differs, though, is that we start to consider what the patient's time is worth. So a physician can easily come to your home, they can come to your office. A lot of taking care of yourself is catching things when you first get that first symptom.
Absolutely.
So, you know, a lot of times people tend to work through, oh, I've just got this congestion, or oh, my throat is really sore, but I've got so many things to do today. And, you know, stopping in the middle of the day to go sit in a waiting room is not on my schedule.
Or they can't fit you in anyway.
Definitely. So concierge, you give us a call. We're open. We anticipate being busy from about 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., but we're open 24 hours. We have somebody available 24 hours.
So you have a doctor or physician that will come to somebody's home office at 24 hours a day.
Yes.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, so you can continue working, you continue meeting your requirements, your commitments, and when the doctor shows up, then you take the time, and there are a lot of benefits to being seen in a familiar environment as well. A lot of times people don't understand what the doctor's telling them, or they feel rushed because, you know, they come in and they say, okay, what are we seeing you for? And they can hear the hubbub around the office.
Yes.
And so it's interesting that people really understand a little bit better when they're in their own environment. As a nurse, I've had family and friends come to me and I say, how was your appointment? And they said, well, this is what the doctor told me. And I say, no, he didn't. That's not even a thing, you know? And there's such a miscommunication sometimes when you add a foreign environment and
everyone's sort of rushed, they're outside of their comfort zone. And so the 3 sort of ethos of Summit Medical Concierge: convenience, privacy, and value. So we obviously talked about convenience. I can't think of anything more convenient than having a 24-hour-a-day physician come to wherever I am. And then, of course, the privacy factor, being out of that sort of public environment, taking the time to ask questions, not feeling rushed. Let's talk about the value.
Okay. So some people may not think that there's a lot of value in this, or that it's for the elite population, or I can't afford a medical concierge. But that's not necessarily the case. If you really take the time to think about what your time's worth, or you look at your health insurance. So recently, I was just looking for my family in the marketplace, and our quote was going to be over $1,000 a month with a $13,000 plus deductible. And last year we went to the doctor 3 times. So, you know, if you think about how to use that, insurance definitely is a must for some people. And there's some great things about Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act in that nobody can not be insured.
Right, and of course for catastrophic care, for life-threatening illnesses, you need to be covered.
Right, but for the population that is relatively healthy, and every winter they get the flu, or every winter their kids get something, they have a broken bone or something like that, major medical insurance really is a good way to go to cover those big things. And then you think about paying cash for the incidentals that come up. And anywhere you go, not even just in a concierge practice, but clinics and hospitals, anytime you ask for a cash price, they're more than willing to negotiate with you because that cuts out the insurance.
Right. And everybody wants to cut out the
Yes.
insurance.
The insurance system is so complex that it's much easier for people to kind of work around that. And that's why we've kind of chosen to go away from insurance. We don't bill any insurance because we don't want to invite that third party into the relationship that we have with our patients.
Sure.
That's such a protected and vulnerable and special relationship that you don't want to be, as a provider, you don't want to have your care dictated. These are the things you can do for your providers or for your patients.
So it gives you the freedom and the flexibility. Is there a freestanding location that if patients did want to come see you in person, they could come?
Definitely. We're located on 136 Heber Avenue in the Gateway Building.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
That's easy and convenient, isn't it?
It is very
right there
easy.
on Main.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. So just ballpark figures of somebody, say you're feeling like you're getting, a sore throat or the congestion is coming and you can see an antibiotic in your future. What would it cost and what would the process be to call up Summit Medical Concierge?
So it's really pretty simple. And that's kind of why we designed it this way. Like, this should be something that's easy and fits right into your life.
It should be.
So there are a couple of ways. We have an app. Our app on the Apple Store dropped yesterday.
Oh, fantastic. Yep,
And-
we've got it up on the screen now.
And you can log on there. It's almost as easy as ordering a Jamba Juice. You say, these are the symptoms I'm having. This is the address I want to meet you, whether it's your choice or if you want to come to our clinic. And then it pops up the price for you. You put your credit card in and we show up.
That's phenomenal. And I can see with destination travelers as well, this being a huge asset. There's nothing worse than getting sick on vacation, having your kids get sick on vacation. Unfortunately, in a ski town, it happens. Everyone's right off a plane. I think that's such a huge part. And you have an incredible staff to deal with all of these things.
We definitely do. Dr. Greg Iverson is our medical director. And he is beloved and well respected by everyone in Summit County. He owns the Colville and Camas Health Centers.
There he is, handsome man.
He is a doctor of osteopathic medicine, so he really embodies what our vision is for this clinic. When you cut out insurance, you can then offer different complementary and alternative modalities for care. We also do Myers cocktail, named after the late John Myers. So that's IV nutrition therapy that's really good for a myriad of illnesses, but altitude sickness, the things that affect our population specifically, altitude sickness helps you get over your colds faster. And while we really stick to research and evidence-based practice, there's starting to be a little bit more evidence that supports some of these natural
absolutely.
remedies.
Especially the IV fluid treatments. That definitely falls into the proactive care. I think that's starting to really take off in the general population. Well, this sounds exciting. So for people that are interested, you can download the app. You have a website too, I'm assuming?
We have a website, www.mymobiledoc.com.
My mobile doc. I love that. It should be.
Or if you want, you can just give us a call.
Fantastic. Well, Linsey, thank you so much for stopping by and telling us all about this.
Thanks for having me on.
I have a feeling with all of the people coming off planes into our little destination town, you are going to have a very busy winter season.
I hope so. Thank you.
To learn more about Summit Medical Concierge, please go online or download their new app, My Mobile Doc. I love that, to have somebody coming wherever you are. It's definitely going to change the way we look at being sick right here in Park City. We're going to take a quick break here on the Mountain Morning Show. We'll be right back after this.